How are we doing, everyone? Hope you're well, and thank you for joining me for my winter trip to CROMWELL Lakes. I've just arrived, I've had a walk round. I'm joined with David from Pure Cut Baits as well. He's joining me on this session. We're here for 3 nights at least. We've just turned up. Straight away we've been told the lake hasn't done a bite for 2 weeks. Yes, not the best start, is it? But I'm going to do as I always do. I'm going to do each 24 hour as a separate upload as part 1, 2, 3, maybe 4 if we stay a 4th night, who knows. But I'm going to spin you around, show you what peg I've decided I'm going in, and then we're going to have a look at the lake. We'll have a little wander around. I've never been here before. It looks a mega venue. Absolutely awesome venue. First impressions, yeah, really, really nice. So let me spin you around and show you the lake. So you'll see we have a rainbow out, hopefully. That means that somewhere out there the pot of gold is, which is the big old carp that's in here. Because this place, it's known as the home of the 30 and 40s. So there's some whacking fish in here. It's an 18-acre pit. You'll see the water levels up. It's come over the boards and sort of encroaching in the swim. I've got as far as actually just putting a shelter up, that's it. But first impressions, yeah, stunning lake. So I've decided I'm going to come in swim 18. Okay, and it tells you on the board that you get with each swim, it tells you max distance 26 wraps, which is 104 yards. Number to call the bailiff. I believe if you catch a 30-pounder, you're supposed to call the bailiff so they can come and photograph it, check it, etc. And also one of the 40s. I believe. I think it's, if it's the sort of daytime hours and you catch a 30, you ring the bailiff, and if you catch a 40 at any time of the day, like 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock in the morning, you ring them then. I'll just have to check. I'm pretty sure that is it. But it's now starting to rain again. You'll see water level. It's right up. I've got probably, I don't know, 4 foot before it hits me shelter. There's not meant to be any more rain, but the water's running off the bank there, coming in. This is the shallow part of the lake. So already I'm going against the grain of getting in the deeper zone. But there's been people fishing all around in that deeper zone. Nobody's had anything. So it doesn't mean the fish are not there and they're not just having a feed on anything whatsoever. But it could mean that they maybe appear. I don't know. No one's been in this peg for a while. David's gone up in the corner, which I believe is peg 16. Any of you people watching, you'll know that's probably the shallowest part of the lake I could see on the board. In the sort of reception area where you get your showers, toilet, tackle shop and all that, pay your money, etc. and that, there is a board, it shows you the lake. I will take a picture of that so you can see it. But first impressions, what a mega lake. Anyway, I'm going to continue getting set up because it's now beginning to rain again for a shock. And I'll see you when I'm all sorted and we'll go through what's happening. So you'll see it's a car park job here. So you do Barrett's swim. It's nice and spacious, well laid out. Got a nice lodge here that's open 24/7. I'm sure some of you watching already know this, but there will be people who don't. So you'll see CROMWELL Lake Lodge, the Angler's Lodge. Let's have a little walk in here and see what's in here. I have checked, nobody's in here. So, get a nice little seating area. Microwave, kettle, sink, all that business. Fridge, freezer. I think in summer they do cold drinks you can buy, which, £1, yeah, that's cheap, isn't it? And then you get this board. I like this board. So it basically tells you which pegs, who's on, or how many people are on, how long they're on for. So you'll see where that one says off. That means peg 2 and peg 3, tomorrow they're becoming available. And then the day after peg 4, peg 5. There's nobody in peg 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Not sure why. I've decided I'm going in 18 and David has gone in 6. So if I show you on the board, this is what I said we're going against the grain. Here's all the depths on the board. So you'll see that's sort of the deeper area. All this section here is the deeper area. You've got 12s, 13s, 14, 15, 16 there, and then it shallows up in this section. This is where we are here now. So peg 1 and peg 2, this is sort of the car park swims they call them, but we've gone up here. So I'm in this one, 18, and David's right in this corner along this tree line in peg 16. But it tells you in the swims how many wraps you've got. So I know that I can fish 2 there, but I've already noted that there's a sort of a deeper pocket halfway out. So what I'm doing is I'm gonna find a spot, find out how it is, and we're gonna put it in that deeper hole. So that was the look at the board and the swim that I'm in. Just gonna show you. Here's one of the toilets with a nice shower. Look, really clean, nice. And then a really cool fish with lots of different leads and scales on. That's really cool. I like that. There's that one. There's a tackle shop. That's closed, but the bailiff opens it up, I presume, and you can get stuff. And then again, another toilet with a sink. Yeah, it can't go wrong. Can't go wrong. And let's just have a little look at some of the fish in here, shall we? Look at some of them. There's some whacking fish that come out of here. Some really nice fish. It's really nice. It's a really nice venue, you know. I was looking at these ones earlier. Look at the size of that. Absolute whackers. Look at those. That one is the one I'd like. That looks an absolutely mint fish, that. Anyway, that's a little look around the lodge. I'm going to go back to my swim now, and we'll get on with some getting set up and try and catch one of these beauties that's swimming here. So I'm just heading back to my swim now. I just had a quick nip up, see how David's getting on. We'll see what his plan of action is shortly once he's all set and sorted. I've got this far. Shelters up, rods are on the rest, marker rods out, spod rods out, all that business. Haven't done anything yet. But looking on that board, it's telling me that out here, about 65 yards, something like that, I guess, there's a sort of a 7-foot hole where around it is a little bit shallower. So I'm going to try find that, see what it's like. See if I can locate that spot. Maybe put 1 or 2 rods on that for today and tonight and tomorrow morning, depending how big the spot is, and then go from there. And I've also already been told by the bailiff and 2 other people now that about a rod length to the left of the aerator, there's a clear area there that the fish come off, but it might be too early in the year for that spot. But again, I know nothing about the lake. I'm in the shallowest part of the lake, you know. I'm probably nowhere near the fish to begin with, but down there it felt really cold. There's a lot of angling pressure down there, and nobody's had a fish for 2 weeks, so there's nothing to even go on. The fish come out there at the weekend or something, because it hasn't come out in 2 weeks. So I thought, do you know what, it's my first visit here. I'm quite happy to have a go in here. You imagine if all the stock of the fish is in front of me here now and like struck gold on my first trip. I doubt it, but at the end of the day, it's one of those lakes I'll be coming back to, most definitely. So we may as well start off here and work our way around the lake each time I sort of come back. So for now, I'm going to get some rods sorted, get some spots found, and I'll bring you back when I've made a plan of what I'm doing, where I'm fishing, and yeah, we'll go see what David's doing and see what his plan is. So I'll see you shortly when I found my spots. So I'm just having a lead around. This is the first cast. Look at that, what I've brought in already. Snail in the weed already. First cast, so it tells you it's a very rich water, doesn't it? That was, I'm aiming at, there's sort of like a, where those 2 trees are, there's like a lead kind of bin. I've gone about 80 yards out and it landed okay, slid back and I locked straight into weed, and that's what I've brought in. So I'm going to investigate that area a bit more because it's close enough range for me. I'm only fishing my 10s. I can fish 104 if I want. I will put a lead out there and just sort of see what it's like, whether that's a really clear zone that I'm not even attempting to hit, and we'll keep the mono on and fish with mono. But if I can get away switching to fluoro, I want to do that because I want to get my lines down. The water, you'll see, look at it, absolutely crystal clear water. It's been dyed, I think, but yeah, presentation, fluoro would definitely be better. Anyway, I'll continue and I'll bring you back when I found the actual spots I'm going to be fishing. So I've managed to find a spot out there heading towards that corner. You'll see, I'm going to zoom in and try and show you it. It's 21 1/4 wraps on my 10 foots. So I don't know, what's that, 18 and a half, 19 on 12s. I can go 104 yards if I want. The reason I'm going to start today and tonight there is because I'm going to put some bait around that area. And then if I don't get anything off it, I can go further out in the lake and fish through it. If I start getting liners, I know the fish are actually here. They have come onto the bait and I can move my rods back in. That's my thinking. But I'll try zoom in and show you the float. So it's that little orange dot out there. I'm going to get some bait out now, so we'll show you what the mix is. I'm not going to go crazy with bait, but I am going to put a little bit in and put 2 rods on that for the rest of today and tonight and the morning period of tomorrow. So let's have a look at the bait we're going to use and let's get some out there. So the bait we're going to use is in this bucket here. I've got 12 tins of sweet corn that is soaked in some plum goo and trick nut primer. So really nice. Loads of smell and attraction coming off that. So we're just going to start light. We'll give it probably 1, 2, 3, so 4 of them. Doesn't look loads of bait, but it's enough. And in this bucket here, I've got a mixture of, you'll see there's some 12mm and 15mm trick nut and some 11mm sweet nut pellet, and also some crumb trick nut that's pushed in there. So we're gonna just give it, I don't know, 2 scoops of that maybe. It's a bit more pellet than boilie really, isn't it? So yeah, I think that's enough. That's more than enough. The fish are not having it. There's a lot of big fish in here, but that's still more than enough. So I'll just whiz it around and show you. It's basically going to be the mix: pellet, boilie, corn. So I'm going to get the older spum rod wrapped up and we'll get that out there. I'd say there's medium-sized spums, probably 10. So that's more than enough, but we've still got the rest of that. Look at it all in there. Nice. Anyway, I'll get the spud wrapped up and we'll put some bait in. That's the baiting up taken care of. That finished quite a while ago, to be fair. A lot's happened since then. And the sky's changed as well. It's blue again. It's flattened off. The wind has switched. It's going that way. I've swapped the spools over on the reel, so I've now gone to the 18-pound KORDA contour fluorocarbon. Set all my rods up ready to go. Got some blobs of putty down the line, spaced roughly a foot apart. There's 4 of those. The middle and left-hand rod is going to be fished like this. So down to a lead clip, 3-ounce flat swivel pair and an 1-inch-long hook link, pop straight up, the ultra short rig that I use. So it's going to sit out in the lake bed like that. The lead will be flat, but the lead clip lets it like lift up, has a bit more movement in it. It acts like a hinge or a chod section. It flips around whatever way the fish hits it from, but it hits the lead really quick. The lead will dump on the take. It's set to dump. Also, I should point out the hook. It's size 5 Thinking Anglers wide gape curve point hook, but in barbless, because it is a barbless rule here. So the left and middle rod are going to both be fished like that. Hook bait is the old Pure Cuts 14mm. I think that's Scopex and hemp. I'm sure that's the flavour of those. On the other rod, you'll see I've got my little pot of corn out. That is because we're going to be fishing the naked chod, but with a very different colour hook bait. That's a whittled down 11mm Proper Jobs chocolate orange pop-up in pink with a blue tip of corn. Looks more like one of those bloody drumstick squashing things, doesn't it? But blue has been a very good colour for me lately. If you've seen the videos, you'll know, and if you haven't, you won't. But I'm fishing it naked chod style, so I've got the KORDA naked chod like little sleeve thing that they do with one of their no trace beads. But instead of having their line saver bead, this is a Fox naked helicopter sleeve, but I've trimmed it down. So that's gone like that, and then onto the main line I've pierced 4mm soft bead, so it falls back down the line like that. It sits on the bead for the cast, but this, it slides right down so I can dump the lead, as you'll see, but you're playing your actual chod section on a much better bit of protectiveness over the line. You know, the line saver beads, they do work, but I just find that these, you get a lot more, I don't know, reassurance that it's not going to snap through or cut through the line on. I think it's a really good way of doing it, and it does slide down a lot easier. Sometimes them line saver beads, I've found that they've nipped and they don't slide down the line and eject the lead, but I want the lead ejected because we're going to have it down here. This right hand rod, it's going to be a naked chod, just flick down there. I have had a small little lead around and there is some low line weed there again. So like I say, all 3 rods are going to be fish like popped up because bottom baits at the moment, definitely not for me out here. Seems a very weedy area here. I guess you regulars, you'll know, or anyone who's been here, you'll know if it is, but it seems a very weedy area. But what I'm going to do now is I'm going to get the kettle on. I'm going to take up a cream tea, and me and David are going to have a nice cream tea, and we're going to have a little look and see what his approach to day 1 and night 1 on this venue. So I'll see you shortly up his peg. So I've just come out of David's swim. He couldn't wait. He's already got his rods in, so we'll have to look at that tomorrow. Swans have turned up. They think they're having a cream tea, so that's what we're having, cream tea. Now watch this. Come on, show the people what you're now going to do with it. That isn't it. They don't... Just do what you did last time, because we all know what's going to happen.
I'm going to keep it separate
right.
This time, Val.
Last time he put one on top of the other and made it a sandwich. I've never seen that before.
It's lying on its left.
But we're going to have a coffee, a cream tea. I was going to show you what rigs he's gone in with, but they're already out. What did you put on, David? Just tell people what you've gone with.
I've done 2 snowmen.
Yeah.
One with a pink pop up top, one with a yellow pop up top, and I've done a hard hook on my 3rd rod with a crazy nut hard hooker. That's the best part about it.
There you go then. So 2 snowmen and a hard hooker, and I'm going with 2 pop-ups straight off the lead and a naked chod. So we're going to enjoy this now, and I'll bring you back when I'm in my swim ready to cast out. The cream tea was lovely. I'm back in my own swim now. As you'll see, I've got a couple of guests that have decided they're going to come as well. Never mind, we'll work around it. But I'm going to show you what I mean by the old lead being wrapped in the paste. So under there is that 3 ounce flat swivel pear. It's been fully encased in this paste. This is the nut paste. I've used it quite a bit in the last few videos if you've watched any before this. And that is the actual rig. So you can see just how short that rig is. So that is going to be the left hand rod and the middle rod. We'll get those out now. And then, like I say, the naked chod, we're just going to flick it down this little corner bit. Just, why not, you know? We could throw it to the aerator. I may do that if I think maybe I'm not in the right area and I need to move it out in the lake, I can. It's just a wind in, throw it back out. Or if we see anything show, but from the people I've spoke to, nothing's been showing either. So it's just chuck it and chance it, I think, tonight. But anyway, let's get you on the stand and let's get some rods out. Okay, then we'll get this one out first. Seems it's ready to go. I'm hoping I hit the clip first time because it's not something you want to really be redoing, you know. So hopefully first cast it gets out there. Okay, it's time to get the second one of those out now. Again, exactly the same. This is actually going to be the left-hand rod. The first one was meant to be the left-hand rod, but it's come slightly too far over. So that's the middle rod. This one's going to be the left. Okay, it's time to get the third rod out now. That's going to be the naked chod. I was going to put it in close, but I've just had a tester and it feels very shallow and the swans have gone straight over to it. So I'm going to abandon that. I'm actually going to put this out at near enough the same range as the other 2 rods, but a lot more to the right. So fished as a single just in the area. Here we go then, my first session on Cromwell was officially underway. Rods have all gone out perfect, couldn't be happy with how they landed. The chod, I did move it from this shallow area out into sort of a no man's land area because of the swan. That's fished in between the aerator and the baited spot, pretty much central. So it's not on a known spot or a baited spot. It's gone out there and it's landed quite hard. So it's on a clear area, wherever it is, you know. Don't know the depth, didn't feel that deep. I'd say 4 to 5 feet at a guess. And that's just fished as a single. I know blue's an odd colour, but on my local day ticket, it's done me really well. So I thought, right, let's try that. The yellow pop-ups above the lead, every confidence in those if the fish turn up on that spot. Whether being in the shallow area is the right choice now or not, I don't know. It's probably not, but there's people on here that are regulars and have done a bit of time on here that know the spots, so they're in the spots you'd want to be this time of year, and nothing's happening. So are the fish actually there? Have they moved up into the shallows for some reason? We've just had a bit of a mild spell before the weekend, so I don't know. That's the thing, a new lake, you don't know anything. All you know is what you've heard, what you've read on forums, what people tell you, and what you work out over the upcoming trips you make, you know. So at the minute, I've just gone in with an approach that I'm confident will work. It's all down to whether I'm anywhere near the fish. Have I put myself in the right spot? But for now, I'm just going to get all tidied up, sorted out, probably get the kettle back on, and just settle in and enjoy my first evening and night on here, because yeah, what a stunning lake. And there is my view I have for my session here. Yeah, it's a very, very nice view. It looks nice out there, it looks flat and calm, but I tell you what, you get in that wind, I tell you what, I bet those on that far bank are feeling it, because it's really pumping into that bank. It's due to swing round and actually blow right towards me. I'm hoping it kind of doesn't, but that's what the weather is forecast to do. But I've been busy, shelter's all sorted, chairs all, kettle's been back on, the second one of the session. I'm going to try and do this in a shorter but still as meaningful way, and that's me saying to you, look, thank you for the support you give the channel in whatever way you support me. All you subscribers, thank you, support me in the strongest way possible. If you are new to the channel or you haven't yet subscribed, please have a look and consider it. It doesn't cost you any money, there's no contract, it just really helps me out and helps my channel grow, as does you lot that are hyping the videos. Honestly, thank you very much, that's really making a big difference. In order to hype a video, you slide the top comment to the left and there'll be an option to say hype this video. You click it and that's it, you're done. You get 3 a week, they don't cost you nothing. You can buy more, please don't, just save it till next week and use them again, and also share them among however many people you can. It helps everyone out equally. But that's going to be that clip done with. I'm going to try to do it shorter in future, because I know some people like it, some people don't, some people are bored shitless of hearing it. And it's just something I like to say because I do mean it. So again, from me, thanks for the support to the channel, and we'll get back to the fishing now. You'll see I'm on the move. I needed a couple of bits out of the van, I forgot. And I'm actually going to go up and have a barbecue up there with David now. So I'm just going to go back down to my swim, wrap my rods back up for when I get back, so I can put them out. But the last one I brought in, I laid them up here. You can kind of see the weed that I mentioned. So that's why I'm fishing what I'm fishing, basically. That one I've cleaned off, ready to go and wrap up. But those two, yeah, I've left the weed on just to show you. And that's the clear area. So you'll see it's gone flat calm. It's near enough dark. Temperature's really plummeted. It's going to be a frost tonight, I believe, or if not, very close to it. And the next 2 nights are quite sharp frost. So yeah, it's going to be a tough one. But anyway, I'm going to get those rods wrapped up while I can see what I'm doing still, and probably see you at David's swim whilst we're having a barbecue and a burn up. Look at that, that looks bloody warm. About half an hour, that should be ready to put some burning stuff on. I think we've got sausages and burgers and steak tonight, so yeah, that looks very nice. The old barbecue's on the way. 6 sausages and a sirloin steak. And believe it or not, David's having exactly the same, and he reckons he don't eat nothing. In actual fact, he's having more. So these little babies are coming along nicely. David, I'm amazed, hasn't taken them off yet. He's normally had them by now.
No, I have not.
They're overdone for you. These are still frozen near enough, but we'll keep going. So round 1, 3 chipolatas in each roll. That's still burning. He's still flat out over there. Look at that glowing, lovely. Wow, that was a nice barbecue, to be fair. Obviously David made a pig of himself, as you see, or didn't see. But now it's time to get these out. Do you know what? It's not even late at all yet. The shelter's already starting to get a bit of a chill on the top, shall we say. I'm not going to film putting these out, but I'm going to get them back up in the spots, get the kettle back on, I should imagine, and I'll see you for a bedtime update, I should imagine. So yeah, I'll see you when the rods are back out. Well, that's it now. I'm in my bag. That's me for the night. It's just gone 8:30. So, I don't know. I'm slightly hopeful, but I do really think it's a very, very tall ask to get a bite. But you just never know. I'm here. I've got a chance. And if I wake up in the morning and nothing has happened, I'm not going to be too disappointed. It's a very nice venue. And tomorrow's a different day. So, I'll either see you through the night with something to report, or I'll see you in the morning. Well, I'm just sitting here looking out at the rods because the left hand rod has just had a liner on it. That has actually got the chud on it, and it's actually cast out in front of sort of peg 17. I put it about 50 yards out, maybe 55, slackened it off, let the line sink for ages, so it's definitely well down, but that's just had a liner on it. So maybe there is fish present, who knows. So that's a reassuring sign to start with. But anyway, that's your update. I'm off to bed. Unless anything happens, I'll bring you back in the night. If not, I'll see you in the morning. Good morning. Sadly, nothing to report. I didn't expect there to be, but other than that indication after I got into bed last night, I haven't heard or seen anything. Whether anyone's had anything on the lake or not, I wouldn't know. It's just beginning to get light. It looks lighter than it is. The wind, you'll see, it's swung and it's blowing into this bank now. It was a cold night, as predicted. You'll see. Oh yeah, it's pretty sharp on there this morning. Tonight and tomorrow night is even colder, so it's happy days. I think it gives 5 degrees in the day today, maybe 6. I think today's 6 degrees, tomorrow's 5. So yeah, I don't think I'm in the best area, but I wouldn't really know where to move to, and wherever I'm going to move to, I'm going to jump in next to somebody else. So I don't know. I think I'm going to stick it out because I've had some indication on this left hand rod, and we'll just see. I don't know what the plan of attack is today, other than get the kettle on, watch it get fully light, and we'll go from there. So I'll bring you back when there's something to update you with. That is a very pleasing sight and a much needed one. Let me tell you, it's absolutely bloody freezing. Let's get the old coffee on, and then I'm going to take it outside and just show you something I've noticed when I was just doing that little clip out there. Let's have a stare. Oh, that's nice, we need that. Right, let's have a little wander out because it's starting to get light now. Sun's coming up. You'll see all the bird life, like I mentioned, it was under sort of my rod tips yesterday. They've pushed right out into the middle body of the lake now. I don't know if somebody's actually in over there. No, I think they're just winding in. I'm just watching. It'd be nice if they were. No, they're just dragging the weed in. So there's obviously a bit of weed over that side as well, where the 2 swans are right over there. But just gonna show you. I'll actually mention as well, they provide slings, unhooking mats and landing nets here. You don't bring your own, so that's great, and they're proper good ones and all. But in here, I'm just going to show you. Bit of cat ice in the old wade sling. Yeah, God, that's cold and all. So, yeah, like I mentioned, you don't bring your own nets, slings, cradles, etc. They provide it all. I think they ask you to bring your own carp care kit, which everybody should have that, shouldn't they? But yeah, that's that. I'm going to get back in my bloody bag, have a coffee, and think of a plan today. Haven't got one as it stands. Probably will be doing pretty much the same as what I'm doing now, but with different colour hook baits, I imagine. What else can you do? New venue, don't know anything about it. Could move and go right to the far end of the lake, but I don't know. I think I'm going to have a wind in about mid-morning, let everyone turn up who's coming, let everyone go home who's going home, have a wander around and make a decision from there. But for now I'm going to have a coffee and I'll bring you back when it's time to yeah, show you something of relevance. You'll see it's become properly light now. It's not long till 8 o'clock when the gates open, and people, if they're coming, I imagine will be queued up outside to come in and have a look where they're going, and people are going to move around, I guess. And I don't think I'm going to do anything. I've looked at the weather forecast and it gives bright sunshine today. Even though it's only 5 degrees, it gives bright sunshine pretty much the whole day, and then it's going to drop quite severely again tonight. So I'm wondering if have I got a small window of opportunity during the day in the sun if the fish move into the shallow a bit. There's quite a lot of weed out in front of this swim, or I think in this area of the lake. So if that heats up with the sun, could it even hold the fish at night? I don't know. You know, it's when you're at a new venue, like I've mentioned earlier in this video, you don't know anything. You can only find out what you can find out before you come, but you only really learn a venue by actually fishing it and going through time served. You know, at the minute I've served about 14 hours of having my rods in. That's it, and I've learned pretty much nothing. So what was that there? Did you see that right under the rod tip? A little swirl of, don't know what it was. It was a small fish. It weren't a bloody carp, let's put it that way. They're not that close, but I am going to drop one closer. I am actually going to drop a rod really close, like 3-4 rod lengths out. I'm going to have a little lead around later on. Probably won't be in this part, it'll be in the start of part 2, and we're going to change all 3 rods around as well. I'm not going to continue fishing how I am. This will do for sort of this first afternoon, evening and morning period, but I am going to change my approach. But for now I'm just going to leave everything as it is. I'm going to give it a couple more hours, see if anything happens. If not, I should probably pull those rods in, end this part, have a little wander about just to see if there is a move that I feel is on that could give me a better chance than what I've got at the moment, and go from there. But for now I will just keep watching the water, and I'll bring you back if the miracle happens of a fish. If not, probably when it's time to switch those rods around and start the next episode. Well, I thought I'd better do this clip while my hand still works. It's absolutely bloody Baltic. It looks a lot more appealing out there than what it is. It's yeah, it's pretty cold. Old kettle's back on, gas is hardly working, it's that bloody cold. Gonna do some breakfast, 6 scrambled eggs and some cheese, have a warm up, and then I think I'm probably going to pull those rods in. Just talking to a gentleman I met here yesterday, a real long-term angler on here of many years, 26 years I think he said. Just had a chat and I said, mate, I'm thinking of coming in close, and he's like, that's exactly what I'm doing. So that's good, you know, that my only thought of coming a bit closer in, fishing right sort of in this first like band of weed that I found yesterday. He said, mate, chuck it in the weed. He said, because they're not out in open water, I don't think. Which, do you know, that's nice to hear something sort of as a bit of reassurance of what I'm thinking, of just try something different, come in close. Everybody's sort of going out in their own spots to the known areas, I think. From what he was saying, people know the spots, the areas they should be in, and they're not. So, do you know what, let's go against the grain. I am going to put one by the aerator over there, and just, if the birds pick me up, they do, I'll just keep putting it out there till it's dark and hope I get away with it. But we're gonna go in close, I think. But for now, that's boiling, which is lovely. And let's just put that there a minute. That'll soon cool down. Get the old pan on with the butter, get some eggs on the go and some cheese, have some breakfast, get those rods wound in, go see David, see what's happened with him. Nothing, I imagine, because I've not heard from him. And we'll probably call that one it for this part and start part 2. Check them bad boys out. 6 scrambled eggs with loads of cheese. Happy days. Sun's coming out as well. I'm going to have my breakfast, finish my coffee. We're going to get those rods in then. We'll have a little walk up. We'll see David, see what's happened in his swim overnight, what his plans are, if he's winding in and changing anything or just leaving them out. and we'll make a plan and go from there, and that will be the end of part 1 most likely. So I'll get these sorted and I'll see you in David's swim. Well, I've had my eggs. I'm just in the process of winding in to walk up and see David. I'm just going to show you the paste I'm using. I put that on at 8 o'clock last night. It's just gone 8 o'clock this morning. I've wound in and it's still on there. It has started to break down that side on the ledge. You'll see another couple of hours, I reckon. When I wound in after that, it would have fell off on the way in. So at least I now know that I can leave it out there for 12 hours and it's still there. Summertime, I don't know, the roach will probably hammer it and it won't last that long, but now, yeah, I know I'm getting 12 hours out of it, so that's good. But I'm going to get that last rod in now, and we'll have a walk up and we'll see what's happened in David's peg. So I've just brought the last rod in. I'm just going to show you again, the paste is still present, but with the weed I've brought in, look at the life that's within it. You can see, let's get that off the old winter skin. You can see why the fish are so big in here. It's a very rich water, and you'll see I'm sort of having to squeeze the paste off as such. So it's come back like that. It's gone a bit mushy in my hands, but swans can eat that. Yeah, it definitely lasts for 12 hours. God, that was a mistake, East Coast. What a knobhead. Oh, woo, yeah, that's cold. Right, I'm going to dry my hand off and we'll have a walk up to David's swim. See, it actually looks really nice when you look at it, the sun and that, but it's absolutely Baltic. I like this. The little table and seats, you can sort of sit out, overlook the lake, have your food and that. Like I say, it's really, really lovely pegs here as well. All nicely gravelled out, boarded off. I know the water's up a little bit at the moment, but you can't help that, can you? But yeah, it's a really, really lovely venue. Let's have a little wander. You'll see the trails all nice, trees around it. There's an otter fence all the way around it. I don't know if you'll see that, so it's all secure as well. You've got to protect your stock, haven't you? But again, that next peg, that gives you a better idea. Nicely gravelled out, clean swims, boards, all the stuff provided, and a bench. Right, let's have a little walk up here and see what he's doing. I better check he's not naked before I put him on camera. And yeah, I'll bring you back shortly. So, David's dressed, he's not naked. What's the plan? What's today's plan, mate?
Ellie's on all 3.
Yeah.
I'm going to put one out into the lead section, and I'm going to bring my lines in a little bit instead of them being out so far out.
And you said you had an indication as well last night?
Yeah, 2 o'clock this morning. I don't know if it was a line bite, but I had indication. It was lit up on the right side of the rod. Not on. Just kicked it straight back out.
Nice. And I'll just show you in his swim now. Look at his boards. There's ice on the boards. We have a wander over. His sling and net's frozen. The actual water bucket they provide, that's got ice in it. So as you can see, absolute perfect conditions. It's just what you want. But the lake looks amazing still. So I'm going to call that one it for this part. I'll spin around and do my outro. I'm going to let him get his rods in and change them over to Helly's. I'm going to go switch mine over a bit. And hopefully part 2 is going to be better than part 1. That brings us to the end of part 1. It's been a difficult start to the session. It's a new venue. Neither of us know anything about the venue really. We've never been here before. We're probably in the worst spot we could be in, but the sun is out, as you can see. So if anywhere's going to warm up, it's going to be this area. So fingers crossed that some fish could drift into the shallow area today. We're going to have a full day of sun. So I'm hopeful. And if the weed warms up, maybe it could hold the fish during the night as well. You just never know. So from me and from David, thanks again for watching. Hope you enjoyed. Don't forget the old thumbs up, subscribe, hype and all that business. And if you're out and about on the bank yourself, I hope you're being luckier than we have been up to now. And you'll join us for the next episode. But until then, take it easy.